Hello ladies and gents, on another night of Battlefield 2142 here at EGLN. My name's Captain Garrett, and I'm here with the artist formerly known as Strider. Also on cam tonight, we're going to have Shaka playing a little Verdun for TWL's 8v8 League against two 3-1 teams. Hopes to be a good one tonight. Tonight's map's Verdun. You got Church right there at the middle. Usually a big brawl right there with... Out in the Jeeps on this map, all you've got is a Walker and an APC, so usually you end up in with the APC actually being the Iron Man on both sides, pixeling flags and things of that nature. The real test tonight, and the way this map really works, at least best, is when you get that middle, it's hell to take it back. The rocket fiesta that ensues afterwards when you try to take that middle from the southern part is just too much to handle.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree on that. From previous matches that we've all seen and played, it definitely goes down there, especially with the APC. We're definitely going to see a lot of what the commander can do on each side as far as helping their team take out the APC, and we'll definitely see what their infantry is made of as far as if enough people are going to be going AT to take it out.
Speaking of infantry, playing for VX9 tonight, we're starting off the lineup with Lightning CT, Johnny Badass, Jebler VX9, Grimacum, Psychosomatic, Ripper, Dark Sith, and Moonshine. Go ahead and take third ID, Strider.
And starting off for third ID on the EU is Dragonfly Jones, Scaff Mars, Makeshift, Mike Volta, Gaming Ogre, TX Jeepers, Proflex, and Ranger 967.
One little note for the night, the way this map generally plays out, it's usually not in close rounds. You usually run up with the situation where the team takes the middle right off the start, and because of that middle flag being so wide open and easy to defend with rockets and grenades and pixels from the APCs and stuff like that, usually the rounds aren't that close. I see lots of 70 and 80 ticket rounds, but it's usually not a true test of how close two teams can usually be, so it might end up at 3 rounds with... We're really going to be playing for side choice here, hopefully, and get a good third rounder in.
Yeah, I'm also hoping to see some great infantry battles, seeing as how once they cap the church, we'll have a lot of action going on. I'm going to go ahead and give a couple shout-outs now. I've got quite a few shout-outs from Team Who. I'll go and start out with Who Cherokee, who would like to give a shout-out to Team Who and for his boys at third ID. He says, good luck and have fun. Also a shout-out from Sinister at Who. He wanted to say, go third ID, and Team Who will have no mercy on the nubs in the 5v5 infantry ladder. I've got a shout out from Who Moringa. He says, take them to the hilt. I've also got a shout out from another person at Who, whose name I cannot pronounce, but he says, beware of APM mines. Ooh, those are fun. And one more shout out from Zen. He says, shout out to himself, who is undeniably sexy and still needs a team for 8v8.
Zen is sexy.
He is a sexy, sexy boy.
I think they're about to go live here.
I just told him that we're ready and we're just going to wait for a live on restart.
Yeah, usually the mark of a good team, or the most prepared team on this kind of map, the start is absolutely critical, because, like I said earlier, that middle being so easy to defend. So, hopefully, we'll get to see some good, well-timed starts, maybe even some shooting out of the APC onto some buildings, maybe a few well-placed beacons, making for a good fight there in the middle.
I would have to agree. It's going to be a race to see who gets there first, and then also who can hold it, especially with that APC pixeling radius.
Yeah, the APC and the armor in general for this map is just absolutely crucial. You absolutely just cannot be the team that gets their APC, and especially their APC, but their Walker also going down really fast. They have to play pretty conservative and just apply as much pressure from the first flag, usually, without too much flanking going on.
Oh, I'd have to agree. And we are live, so Garrett, you want to take it off the start?
Roger that. I'm watching VX9. They're rolling out of that middle with the APC approaching middle, and their walkers coming in. I'm watching, and yep, there it goes. They're popping out of the top of that APC there, their infantry is. And the 3rd ID APC is flanking off of that south wall, coming up around the other APC, not that he can kill him. And they're actually potting onto VX9's first flag.
Yeah, this is definitely a different strat from what I've seen.
Yeah, I've never seen this. VX9 looks like they're going to have a firm control of the middle there, because they're pretty much unopposed. But the real brawl is actually going to be over here at the first flag. And
yeah, I just see Dragonfly Jones just took out the only infantry at their first flag, and he is now capping it. And I don't see any of the VX9 guys nearby.
I see the 2 walkers duking it out right now, and it looks like 3rd ID's walker takes the boat, but he's too far away from the middle to really help out there. He's going to have to hit the sprint button and get somewhere useful. That first flag for VX9 still isn't up. It's halfway up and rising for 3rd ID.
Yeah, I see that, and it looks like they're going to take it, which will give them a pretty good way to kind of push in from both sides to the middle. We'll see how they handle that.
Yeah, I don't know what their walker was thinking. 3rd ID's walker just walks up and just sits in the middle of the flag, and their infantry just shredded them from the Rorsch. And looks like they had a couple motion mines down. And looks like VX9 is being supported at their first flag. Looks like they're going to get it, but there is still some 3rd ID presence. Oh, clutch fight right there, and yep, the 3rd ID spawning to reinforce that first flag. Ripper, but we got 2 squad leaders back here duking it out, and we're going to see who's going to maintain control of this first VX9 flag.
Yeah, the radius at church is clear now, so now would be a good time for them to push in. Looks like they're coming in from eastern outskirts.
Yep, and VX9 just wipes at their first flag, leaving 3rd ID with it. Their APC just seems oblivious. He could have wiped out.
Just went down.
Yeah, the whole time he could have wiped out that thing, and he just wasn't paying attention. Seeing some more backdoor action from the APC over on 3rd ID. Looks like 3rd ID is going to press that metal flag a little bit now, and VX9's trying to press their first flag.
Now it's definitely a good time to push. The 3rd ID has their APC there. A lot of motion mines, but he can still do plenty of damage and get the infantry down and make room for 3rd ID to push in, which they're doing now. I see a 1 in radius, makeshift, nice clutch move, takes them out.
Oh, and looks like the commander comes up clutch and knocks out that APC for 3rd ID.
I
And
think it's going to be a little too late.
3rd ID's taking the middle.
Going up.
3rd ID's taking the middle at the same time that VX9 has taken 3rd ID's first flag, but the VX9 APC's rolling up in, and once again he's for some reason not getting in the radius of their first flag.
VX9 like is there, and they are reviving. They are pushing radius, 2 pushing radius on the gray flag at church. Looks like they just might be able to take it back.
And looks like 3rd ID pops that APC again, knocks out VX9's APCs. He's been pretty ineffective so far. He might want to play a little bit more conservative with that in the second round. VX9 raises that middle flag, and there's a little bit of a brawl going on right outside the radius.
Yeah, that was a really good move on their part. Got some good revives in there, and was able to get in there and get that flag back to them. But 3rd ID is now in the radius, and hopefully VX9 can spawn in quick enough to put some pressure on him and get that flag back.
And VX9 takes out both the APC and the walker at 3rd ID's first flag, and looks like they're going to retain possession of that first flag. And it looks like they've still got possession, or at least there's a good brawl going on in the middle here.
Yeah, it's definitely going on in the middle. We've got infantry pushing in from VX9 and just completely obliterated 3rd ID in the radius just as they took the flag.
Yeah, that was that rocket fiesta that I was telling you about. You absolutely have nowhere to hide right there, and then if you get a couple of infantry south there, it gets really nasty with rockets real fast. VX9 is